record. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Student Senate's meeting for week 10, week 9, something like that, week 8. I've lost track. Okay, let's see. First item, roll call. Amy, I saw you here, so I know you're here. Can you take that over?
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
President Naomi.
Present.
VP Ramses. President Mark.
Present.
Director of Finance Zach.
Present.
Director of Legislative Affairs Jacob.
Present.
Director of Public Relations Nick. Directors of Communications Amy. Present. Senator David.
I'm here.
Senator Soule. Senator Rachel. Senator Rachel. Okay. Senator Reed.
Here.
Senator Stacy.
Present.
Senator Mary Kay.
Present.
Senator Hamza. Senator Baheshta.
Present.
Senator Sasha. Senator Afsoon. And Senator Oscar. Okay. 11 out of 17 are present, so the quorum has been met.
Quorum is met. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to share screen for, oops, I pressed stop video instead. My fingers. Okay, share screen, and we're going to move on to adoption of the agenda. Okay, so you guys hopefully have gotten to take a look. It's a pretty, it's not a very crowded meeting today in terms of agenda items, so I just wanted you guys to take a look. Man, okay, the screen. Okay, so now that you got to take a look, we're gonna go ahead and adopt the agenda if there are no objections. Amy Ramsey's just got here, so you can add him to the roll call. To the yeah.
Who?
I don't know. Probably tech issues there. Had that happen. Okay. So if I don't see hearing and seeing no objections for adopting the agenda, we're going to go ahead and adopt that. Moving on to approval of the minutes, and I'm going to share screen again. But again, I sent these through Discord about an hour before the meeting. So you guys can take a look on your own there, but okay. Oof. I think my phone just slipped. Okay. So if there are no objections, the minutes will be approved. Hearing and seeing no objections, the minutes are approved. Okay. Moving on to chair's message. So I want to start by, giving a shout out really to Mark for Club Day yesterday. It was awesome. And a shout out to others that were able to make it. Reed, I saw, Amy, I saw, I think it was a pretty good turnout. So again, congrats to Mark for organizing this. And then shout out to Sasha for being at the President's Circle. He did a really good job representing our student interest there. A few other announcements. Let's see. You guys all know General Assembly is March 26th to 28th, so that's next week. It's coming up pretty soon, and we have it's on our agenda, so we'll talk more about that later. Brett, you wanted me to make an announcement just that our ARC ASB page is not linked on our ASB website is not linked on the on the ARC website. So that's there. There is going to be on March 24th, so I think that's Tuesday. There's going to be a bystander training held by Andre Cole with SCC, and for those who have been in Student Senate before, you've seen this before. Actually, we saw it at one of the Slate conferences, and they do a really good job. They give like this like bystander training is in terms of sports metaphor. So like the playbook, and it's very interesting. I would totally recommend attending that, and I think Brett might have more information on how to join that. So if you send that through the Discord, that would be great. And then one last thing, I just saw that just kind of like an update here. So the General Assembly actually lists the App Builder U as its sponsor. So if you guys remember that earlier last semester, we were talking about using App Builder U to create an ASB app, which we moved away from, but just interesting that it's a sponsor. So I thought you guys all should know that. And I think that's all I have for Chair's message. So with that, we're gonna move on to Advisor's message. Brett, take it away.
All right, y'all. Aloha. Happy Friday, March 19th. Like Naomi said, I don't know what week it is anymore, but I know midterms are either currently happening next week before spring break. So, keep your head down, keep focused on your studies. That's why you're all here, right? So just a couple things. The first one is I did want to address, it would be naive of me not to address kind of the events that have happened in the world this week. So, I don't have any answers, but I do know that there's Asian American and API communities being targeted and hate crimes are on the rise. So I just wanted to address that, acknowledge it. It's important that we, discuss those things. So you all have equity on your seal for your logo for Associated Student Bodies. So, I'm not sure if Prides has any events coming up. Unite has discussed a few maybe events, but I know Sac City is doing an event, and I am totally blanking out on the day. I believe it's next week. I'll get a flyer out when I can find it. But having those conversations with folks, being there for people, checking in on them, but also I know in my family sometimes we gotta address those things, and not everyone wants to hear them. So. I thought I'd start off with that. That's kind of a somber note, but it's important. Some other news, as Naomi said, shout out to Mark for Club Day yesterday. We had, I think, 19 booths. So, between student clubs, campus programs, departments, everyone really liked the platform. You could it was as close as you could get to an actual Club Day, right? And going from table to table. So it was pretty cool. Saw a few of you out there. I think we're gonna try it again sometime. There's no date set or anything yet, but really encourage you all to participate that next time. It was pretty cool, and we got a good turnout. But I know if we promote it more in advance, we can get a better turnout. So shout out to Mark. I was also going to shout out Sasha, but for a different reason, and that was for the event on Wednesday that the Pride Center co-hosted. They had Moises Serrano come and talk about immigration and activism, and I'll let Sasha kind of talk about that later if they want, but they did a great job with it. And there's another event Wednesday, so I'll let Sasha plug that. Financial aid. So with the HERF Act or funds, I'm not sure how familiar you all are with those. Basically, if you received financial aid this year, some of you in the fall might have gotten an additional funding through the CARES Act, and they are in the process of doing that again. So I am not a financial aid expert. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know everything about that, but keep an eye out on emails from the campus and from financial aid that you may be able to access more funds. So, and if you have questions about that, you can reach out to me and I can talk to you individually about that. Let's see, GA is next Friday. Zach will be representing for us, so go Zach. I know we're going to discuss something that came up this week in unfinished business, right? Right, Naomi? Are we discussing that still? About the resolution? Yeah, so I'll leave that alone for now. Tentatively, we're still meeting on Friday. Zach will be excused, obviously, and I believe Amy is going as well. But we'll still have a meeting. But the following Friday, April 2nd, there's no meeting. There's no school. It's spring break. So you all can sleep in, do what you all need to do to get some rest and recovery. I think really that's all I have. I will tell you, this is one of my favorite times of the year. For those of you that know me, it's been a year, right, since we've been remote. Yesterday was the 1 year anniversary. One thing that we missed out on last year during this time was March Madness, which is college basketball. You know me, I love sports. So I'm here, I'm present, I'm focused, but I'm not gonna lie, there's another computer right over here with college basketball on. So that's just my life, sports. So I have to be honest and tell you I'm watching sports. So with that, I will be quiet now and I will hand it back to Naomi. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Brent. Okay, with that, we'll move on to public comment. This time is reserved for members of the public to address the Student Senate on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allotted on public comment. The law does not permit any action to be taken, nor extended discussion of any items not on the agenda. The ASB Student Senate may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact the ASB Student Senate President for the item of discussion to be placed on a future agenda. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to make a comment?
Chair?
Laurie, go ahead.
Hi. Well, I have been concerned about the Asian American violence also. And in the past, sometimes we've made a statement of support, solidarity, if not a resolution. So I was wondering if some other meeting that could be a possibility. I also wanted to compliment Brett on his haircut. It's the first time I've seen it anyway. And I thought it was an awesome event yesterday. I went to about 6 different clubs and offices. I found out the LRC's been open all year. I didn't even know it. And I found out they told me to email Dean Johnson for see if there's any mobile hotspots left. I didn't know that was a possibility. I tried to get into ASB, but nobody was there that I saw. Financial aid, there was a problem with feedback for a while, but then I got in. I talked to DSPS and Brown Issues. Brown Issues is awesome. They are against, they want to end patriarchy. I'm like, yo, and self-genocidal behaviors like gang violence and poor lifestyles and eating habits. So I recommended a doctor for a talk for them. So that's about what I can think of it. I tried to get my club to register, but nobody did. So we weren't there, but I was there. Anyway, thank you.
Thanks, Laurie. I know that Brett was, he was sporadically checking on different clubs. So, he was our main ASB representative there. So if he wasn't there the whole time, that's just because he was checking on other clubs. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
About the statement, the student advisory, thank you for bringing this up. The student advisory committee is actually working on a statement right now. We're reaching out to Prize to see really, we don't want to assume obviously, that we know what the experiences that are, of the Asian community are. So we're reaching out to different different ethnic communities on campus, and we're working on creating that, and that will be endorsed, hopefully. It'll be brought to the different boards later in the year.
I suppose somebody has a Asian support group on Fridays from 12 to 1, but I don't know who it is or how to get into it.
Okay, thank you, Laurie. Okay, and I think, are there any other public comments at this time? Okay, hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to our next item of business, which is under unfinished business, and that is the SSCCC oh no, wait, hang on, sorry. I'm skipping ahead. We're gonna move on to the next item, which is appointments and swearing in, and we do actually have some appointments and swearing ins today. Well, appointments anyway. We have Andrea Gutierrez, who is being officially appointed to the Nursing Department Hiring Committee. We also need a representative for the Dean of Outreach Hiring Committee, and they are having a team meeting on April 8th, and hopefully we'll be having the interviews depending on how many applications they get from May 10th to 11th. So is there any student here who may be interested in being our representative on that committee, on that hiring committee?
Chair, do you
Unmute
have to
yourself.
be on the board?
No, you don't have to be on the board.
Okay. Well, if nobody else is willing, I'm willing.
Okay, Laurie, then you are appointed as our as a representative to the Dean of Outreach Hiring Committee, and I will connect you to the chair for that committee after the meeting. And let's see, there was one other thing. We will be creating an ad hoc committee for the Jacob, help me out here. What was the event called again?
Get involved, get relief.
I keep wanting to say your voice, your value. Get involved, get relief event. So Jacob will be appointed as chair with myself as a member. And if there's is there anyone else who's interested in this event? Being a representative on this, being a member of this committee, this event committee.
When's the event?
That is part of what the
Oh.
committee will be figuring out. I highly recommend you join this, just get some experience with actual event planning here. We've talked a little bit about this in the Basic Needs Committee, and for people who've been on ASB committees before, you know that we're all students, we're all aware that everybody has their own busy schedule, so we're very accommodating to the time commitments and the time needs, scheduling needs of students on the committee. We need one
Sure.
more person. I'll just say that.
Chair.
Here.
Stacy and Mary Kay afterwards.
Yeah, I'm on the Basic Needs Committee, and I would be interested in this committee as well.
Yeah. So for those who are not aware, this event was originally planned as part of the Basic Needs Committee, but we have taken a page out of a previous events book, the Warming Your Winter one, and we just think it would be easier to get it done through the ad hoc committee. Okay, so Stacy, you are appointed to the committee, and Mary Kay, if you are interested still, you can be appointed too.
Yeah, I just had a question. I didn't hear what the event was. I was wondering if you could elaborate, but.
Oh, good point. I don't think I actually said that. So this is Get Involved, Get Relief. And the idea is to create this email campaign, draft an email for that and get an email campaign going. And students would send back to us proof that they had sent those emails out, the already drafted emails, just adding their name and actually sending it out from their email. And they would be entered in a lottery for financial aid, for financial prizes, like which would be talked about during the committee as well. Okay, so we have, I saw you unmute, so go ahead.
is the time commitment for this like hard? Is it a lot, or what would you say?
The time commitment, again, I think it's really how much you decide to put into the event. We're hoping, I'm assuming, to get this event done relatively soon, since we're reaching, like, we're a little over halfway, I think, in the semester. So this would be, I think that's something kind of that you put in yourself. You choose how much of a commitment you're choosing to make to this committee.
All right, I'll sign up for the committee then.
Okay, Sasha is appointed to the committee. And okay, awesome. If there's no one else who wants to be appointed to committee, I think we're done with the appointment section, appointments and swearing in. Okay, hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to our next item, which is now under unfinished business, and that is our SSCCC resolution voting survey results confirmation. So Brett actually got the email back now, and Brett, if you want to say a little bit what you observed from that email, you are more than welcome to.
Sure. So it was pretty unclear. If I had her to read between the lines, they can't stop anyone from making amendments to any resolutions. However, given the virtual technical challenges involved with that, I think they were encouraging folks not to make amendments to the resolutions, if I read that right. So, Naomi and I discussed that a little bit. Was that yesterday?
I think so, yeah.
And honestly, my advice would be to vote yay or nay on those pending resolutions that you have on its current form. I know there were some gray areas where amendments might have made things more appeasable for folks, but because I don't know if Zach is going to have the ability to make amendments or if it's going to be encouraged, that would be my advice, to just vote on the resolution as it's written. So I don't know if Jacob has heard any other things about that. I know you've been busy and dealing with stuff, but that's what I took away from that email.
Okay, thanks, Brett. Yeah, is there any other discussion on this? So what we're confirming right now are the results for the two resolutions that we had said we would discuss. That is the ethnic studies class and the gender studies class. Or inclusion. Yeah. And I know before we had concerns about, would this make it difficult adding more classes as a requirement to graduate or to transfer? And I'm going to share my own opinions here. It was a kind of back and forth for me, but I guess like kind of where I ended up is that we are not voting at the General Assembly. We're not voting on whether or not to add those classes. We're voting on whether or not we want the SSCCC to support that resolution, to advocate for the addition of those classes. And ultimately the decision will be made outside of SSCCC.
Sure.
Sasha, go ahead.
I completely agree with you, and I was also thinking about like what David said like 2 weeks ago now. I think it should be a requirement, because if you think about it, if we just replace it with something in history or like not history, on humanities or something, people might not take it or do it. And I think it's important to learn about ethnic studies and different perspectives. And I think it should be a requirement, because it's like, if we don't make it a requirement, it like people that need to know and understand the world in the bigger light than their perspective won't do it, So I think we should vote yes on it.
Okay, any other discussion on this? Thank you, Sasha. Okay, Hearing and seeing none, what I'm going to suggest is that we do it like we did last time. Another roll call vote for both the ethnic studies and gender studies, and just that's how I think this should be done. And if any other suggestions are open at this point, but that's where I stand on how we should be doing this. Okay, hearing no other suggestions, that's how we're going to proceed. So we're going to start with the ethnic studies resolution. A yes vote is saying you support Zach voting yes on the resolution in the General Assembly. And a no vote is saying you would like Zach to vote no on that resolution in the General Assembly. And then the same thing, same process for the gender studies resolution, which will be coming after. Yeah, so we're first the ethnic studies, then the gender studies one. Okay, Amy, as our Director of Communications and resident minute taker, if you can go ahead with the roll call, I'll give you a few seconds to get that set up since you're kind of being put on the spot here.
Yeah, it's okay. I can do it right now. So, for ethnic studies, VP Ramses. Is he here?
I vote yes. I vote yes.
Okay, and Mark, President Mark,
Yes.
Director of Finance Zach,
Yes.
Director of Legislative Affairs Jacob,
No.
Directors of Communications Amy, no. Senator David,
I vote yes.
Senator Rachel,
No.
Senator Reed,
No.
Senator Stacy,
Yes.
Senator Mary Kay,
No.
Senator Hamza,
I vote yes.
Senator Sasha,
I vote yes.
and Senator Oscar. Senator Oscar? No. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped Senator Beheshta.
I vote no.
Okay. So I got 7 yeses. But some people came in later, so I didn't keep track of the attendance.
Okay, so is there anyone here who did not vote? Did not get a vote then? Okay, so you said you got 7 yeses, so I think we have more than 14 people in here. Do we? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm gonna count you guys.
Okay, so there's 14 currently present, not including President Naomi, and there was 7 yeses.
7 no's.
It's half and half.
7 out of 13. Wait, so
I'm sorry.
it's okay, it happens. You're doing great. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I count 13 people, not including myself. So with 7 yeses, we have decided that we will be voting yes on this, or that Zach will be voting yes on this resolution at the General Assembly. Okay, that will move on to the next resolution. Same process. We've got the numbers now, so 13 people, not including myself. And this one will be for the gender studies class.
Okay. VP Ramses,
I vote yes.
Key President Mark. Key President Mark.
I think he might have disconnected from the meeting. Yep, I don't see him anymore.
Okay. Director of Finance, Zach.
No, but I wish we didn't have to pick between these.
Director of Legislative Affairs, Jacob.
No.
Directors of Communications, Amy. I vote no. Senator David.
Oh no.
Senator Rachel.
No.
Senator Reed.
No.
Senator Stacy.
I vote yes.
Senator Mary Kay.
No.
Senator Hamza. Got you. Senator Beheshta.
I vote no.
Senator Sasha.
I vote yes.
And Senator Oscar. Yes. I'm going to tally up. 5 vote yes.
Okay, with 5 voting yes, and oh man, I did terrible in math. 8 voting no. Zach will be voting no on this resolution in the General Assembly. And I hope I got my math right. Oh, 7. That's right. Mark isn't here. Okay. Still, same result. Mark, Zach, you will be voting no on this resolution at the General Assembly. And Zach, I will get you a full list of where we stand on all of these. So if you're not. Okay, with that, we're going to move on to our next item of business under new business, which is also relating to the General Assembly, and that is the SSCCC General Assembly registration count confirmation. So today is actually the deadline to buy tickets for students that will be going to the General Assembly, and Brett will be taking care of that after. I know I sent a survey out, but I didn't get a lot of responses on the survey. So I just, I want to see actually where you guys are standing. So if you are planning on going to the General Assembly for all of it or some of it, you still need tickets if you're planning on attending part of it. Please put a little hand raise, there's a hand raised signature in Zoom. And then if you are not planning on going to the General Assembly, please put that no. I don't know if you guys see that, but if you go to participant, where is this? I guess it's not here anymore. Damn it. Okay, I guess just don't raise your hands if you're not planning on going. Hi, Mark.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm seeing 5 people so far. Laurie, I got you too. Ramsey's okay, thumbs up. I'm assuming that's hand raised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm seeing 7 people so far. 8 people, 9 people. Okay, I'm gonna list this out just because I cannot count on my own math apparently. Sasha is interested in going. Jacob is interested in going. Amy is interested in going. Stacy, Mary Kay, Laurie, we got you. Beheshta is interested. David is interested in going. Ramses is interested in going. Zach, you have no choice. Well, okay, you do, but I think I saw Rachel's hand, but I'm not entirely sure. Rachel, if you can confirm. Okay. Oscar is interested in going. Rachel's interested in going. Okay, so then that is 11 people I've counted right, which, okay, that's good. We've passed enough funds for 20 people to go. I know there are 2 additional people that are not in Student Senate, aside from Laurie, 2 additional people besides Laurie. So 3 people outside of Student Senate so far that I've seen who are interested also in going. So 14 in total, okay. Oh, and myself, so 15. Can't forget myself, okay. And if you guys have other classmates or friends that are interested in going and haven't filled out the survey or aren't here at the meeting today, please email me or have them email me actually. Me and Brett. Okay, I think I got everybody. You're good. You're good. Okay.
Naomi,
Okay. Yeah.
sorry.
Go ahead, Brett.
So there, in the past, this is all new, right? Where everything's virtual. The registration process looks different, right? We're not flying somewhere. We're not driving somewhere. We're not staying in hotels. Normally, all this would have been done 2 months ago. So, you know, everyone's trying to figure it out. I will reach out to SSCCC and see, you know, because I got an invoice and it was Zach and Amy on it, and that was it. So we need to figure out, you know, other folks, right, and get that taken care of so that you all can log in and be a part of the event. And I'll just add, if you're interested in going and you're kind of on the fence, right, you might have something going on, I would say, you know, it's $50 per student to register. Zach's the only one that's free as your delegate. So, you know, it's $50. It's not a lot, but that is students' money that you're using. So if you want to go, great. But if you're on the fence, just I ask that you make the commitment to attend as much as you can, because you are representing the students of American River College at that event. So that's my spiel. Back to you, Naomi. Thank you.
Thank you, Brett. Okay. Yeah. Any other comments on this at this time? Questions, concerns? Okay, hearing and seeing. Oh, go ahead.
Are we gonna do the same voting thing for the candidates for the SSCCC Executive Board?
I considered it, but I thought no. I thought we'd leave that to Zach to take care of the delegates.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If you want to see the delegate statements, and of course tell Zach, email Zach, you know, how you stand so he has a general idea. They are on the SSCCC website. You can find they've got a PDF with all of the candidates and candidate statements. I think we have one person from LRCCD who is running for one of those positions, so that's exciting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. So with that, we're gonna move on to the next item on our agenda, which is committee reports. We have one committee formed today, so they're not going to, I'm not gonna, whatever. And then for the other committees, I don't think any have been active so far, so I'm assuming we have no committee reports, but if there are any committees I'm unaware of, hopefully they're not, because I don't want to be, yeah, okay. Moving on to the next item of business, next item on our agenda, which is board member reports and announcements. Are there any board member reports or announcements?
Chair.
Okay, I heard Sasha first, Sasha, then Mark.
I wanted to shout you out for yesterday's event, the President's Circle. We had our president talk about their experiences and, you know, really represented our students. It was definitely nerve-wracking to be in front of such, you know, high people of the college, but, you know, we both did it. We both, you know, very much represented students and ourselves and our journeys. But I also wanted to shout out the Pride Center because Brett mentioned it earlier. This week on Wednesday, we had Moises Serrano because we have a QT BIPOC speaker series that we're doing. And Moises talked about being like queer and undocumented and like their intersectionality with all their identities and stuff like that. It was really like impactful, and it was really interesting to like learn about their life experiences and all that. And then next week we're having Ebony Ava Harper, and it's they're going to talk about the transgender state of the union. So that's going to be a really fun and exciting like conversation and speaker series. It's so far we've had really good speakers, so I really recommend if you like want to broaden your horizons, definitely join in. It's going to be next Wednesday from 12 to 1:30. So if you have a lunch hour, definitely join in. But yeah, that's all I got to say.
I'll second what Sasha said about the President's Circle. There was, I don't know if you guys are familiar, there's the Evangelisti Center on, I think, building on our campus. And we met the person who is actually named after. Yeah, okay, any other committee reports or, who was it, Mark? Board member reports or announcements.
Awesome, thank you very much. As you guys mentioned, I appreciate you guys shouting me out for the event. The event was astronomical. I would have loved to see some more participation with ASB and more students. However, getting the word out to them was a little late. But for the ones that did join, who are here today, thank you very much. And we will be having more events. I received a lot of feedback from the club and the departments. They all love the platform. So thank you again very much for you guys joining.
I actually have a board member report that I forgot about. In CABE, there's a new event that is in the works, and that is a virtual pet adoption event partnership with the SPCA. So that is in the early stages, still via email between me, myself, with me, Mark, and Brett. But we'll have more information on that soon, and really looking forward to that. Okay, no worries, Mark. Any other board member reports or announcements at this time?
Chair?
Zach, yeah, go ahead.
I know that you forwarded it to me, but I don't know if everyone saw it. There's the general or the delegate assembly tonight at 5 o'clock. There is also, wait, let me skip over here. There's also a couple meetings over the weekend that are for like the executive board or the executive members of RAD or like the SSCCC. That if anyone is interested in attending those, I will definitely forward or put like.
Yeah, can you put it in the Discord?
Yeah, definitely. Because I attended a couple of them, but I haven't attended these are like the next batch. And yeah, if anyone's interested, it's regional affairs and legislative affairs.
I think for the delegate assembly, that is just you as our delegate, though.
Yeah. That's for us, or that's for me. I think like there can be members of public or like public there, but I'm not 100% sure. So I think I've seen a couple people who are not delegates or anything pop in from time to time. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, Zach. Any other board member reports or announcements? Okay, hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to public comment. This time is reserved for members of the public to address the Student Senate on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allotted on public comment. The law does not permit any action to be taken nor extended discussion of any items not in the agenda. The ASB Student Senate may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact the ASB Student Senate President for the item of discussion to be placed on future agenda. Are there any public comments at this time?
Chair?
Laurie.
Hi, this is me again. I've missed some of the meetings, so I might have missed some information, but from the event yesterday, I found out that Dean Johnson is in LRC now, and we have Parish Geary. So I didn't know that. So that was good to find out. So welcome to them, and congratulations to Dean Johnson.
Thank you, Laurie. Any other public comments? Okay, hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to our last item on the agenda, which is adjournments. If there are no objections, this meeting will be adjourned at 11:19 a.m. Hearing and seeing no objections, this meeting is adjourned.